I have a Rockwood 2504S 2017, had it for a couple of years now. On my gray and black water tanks, I clean them really well, and they're empty right now, and my probes that detect the levels in the tank have been giving me problems. What it's doing is the gray water is completely empty right now, and it is showing a third full. My black water tank is completely empty, it's showing full. So I blast the tank out really well with a wand, and then I have a jet inside the tank, and it's still not it's not cleaning it well enough, so it's giving me false readings. So I purchased these. They're the Horst miracle probes. There's one for a black water tank, and then there's a gray water tank. The ones that come with the trailer are, I think they're like $5 or something each, or for a set. And these, I think, were roughly $25–$30 each for each set, for each tank. This one is for the black tank. And I'll go over here to the light. And what it does here, it sits in there in the tank like this is the bottom, and you can see, if you look real close, you'll see the little probe on the end is exposed, so that senses fluids in the tank. So there's a one mounted low, and then at different levels, the 1/3, 2/3, 3/3. So what this is made to kind of keep toilet paper off it, so nothing touches the end of the tip of this, so it sends a false signal. Then same thing on the gray water. It's pretty much the same, and you can see on the tip, this thing will focus. It's not going to. There's a little plastic piece that runs across here and just exposes the tip on it. So what happens when you tighten up the nut, this here, this black, will expand in the tank. The tank has a 3/8 inch hole in it right now. So when I remove the old one, I should be able to put these right in, and then tighten that up, put the wire on, and it should be good to go. So I'm going to go and show you underneath the trailer and see what we got under there. I bought these, just so you know, on Amazon, so you can search for the Horst miracle probes and see what you can find. So this is a black water tank. This is the one of the connections here. This is the single one, and then it goes here. There's a 1/3, 2/3, 3/3. So when the fluid gets up to, let's say, this 1/3 level, wire connects, and the probe sends a signal to this, and it says, hey, I'm 1/3. When it hits this one, same thing, 2/3, 3/3, connects to that. So these probes, if they get build up on them, or they fail, which they do, then there'll be problems. So I'm going to show you the best I can how to remove these probes easily. I'll try step by step, and I'll have to turn it off each time I do this, so stand by. So the first step is to remove this nut and the wire, just like that. Then I will remove this one here. Removing the nut and then the washer. Now, this is where it sticks to the tank. This is all connected. You can't pull it out. So, I'll show you what I'm going to do next. So what I've done is I've taken a 11/16 wrench, box end wrench, put it over the rubber below the probe, the exterior of the probe, and then I've taken a fender washer. It's a 3/16 if I'm correct, fender washer to help push against here, put a nut there, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to tighten this up with a ratchet, and it's going to pull the probe out of the tank, in theory. I hope so. I'm going to give it a shot, so we'll see what happens. I wish I had another hand here. I would be able to show you me doing it, but you'll get the idea. So that was interesting. It came out fairly easy. I tightened it up and it pulled it out. Here it is. And then looking behind there, you can see gunk in there. Think you got the tank clean, you don't. The end of it here, please focus, hold on a minute. So you can see the end of it. It's kind of got some junk on it. So this worked pretty good, having the wrench behind that and pulling it out. And so what I did is I got it to this point, and then I just took the wrench and just pried a little bit, and then it came out. That's amazing. After just 2 years, it's like that. And I washed that tank. I thought I washed it well, but I guess not. So I hope the new probes work on this. I'm going to put the new one in now, and I'll show you that. So here's the new probe. I'm going to install it so that the flat part is pointing down on it. I'm going to push it in there. It should push in, and it did. So that's a good thing. That was easy. Then on this probe on the bottom is a little flat spot on this threads coming out. So I'm going to see if I can zoom in on it, and you can see there. So I have that pointing down, so the flat part inside the tank will be pointing down the way it's supposed to be installed. And I'm going to tighten this nut up, and it will tighten up the rubber inside there, and then I will put the other nut on, the wire back on here, and then I'll put the other nut on, and that one will be done. Okay, I got it on. So let's see here. So I put the wire back on, did this. I tightened this up till it was snug, the back one. When I was tightening it, this wanted to turn around, so what I did is I held the end with pliers very carefully, tightened it up, put the wire on, held it again after I put this nut on, tightened it up so the wire's tight. So what I got to do is I got to do the rest of them on the black water tank, and then also I'm going to do the gray water tank. So it shouldn't take too long. So I'm going to go ahead and do that right now. I've got them all replaced, all the probes in the gray water and black water tanks. So there's a total of 4 in each tank. So they went in pretty good. It took about 30 minutes for both tanks. And then what I did was I had some of this laying around. So it's ignition and battery sealer. so it protects, prevents corrosion. So I sprayed that around each one of the nuts, any exposed wires here, so it'll protect the wires. The probes, when I pulled the old probes out, even though I've cleaned the tanks very well each time, they had buildup on them. So I'm really curious to see how these new probes work, or if they're going to give me the same problems as the old ones. Hopefully I'll give you guys an update after I use them for a while. I'll go inside and let's see if the lights are working. Okay, let's check it out. Here's the gray water tank. There we go. It's empty. Black water, empty. Fresh water I didn't touch, empty. So it looks like it's going to work. We'll see how long. I'm going to take you and show you the probes I removed. Stand by. So here's the probes. These are the gray water tank. This is the bottom one. I call it the common, where everything crosses to send the current. Here's a 1/3 full. You can see it's got a little bit of corrosion on it. Here is 2/3 full. Pretty clean. And then here is the 3/3 full, where the tank is full. And here's the setup I had to remove these. I just tightened the nut up on it with the washer and then gave it a slight pull. Once I got it, it felt like it was loosening up. Now, the black water tank. Here's the bottom. There. And this one here is 1/3 full. And this one here is 2/3. And this one is 3/3. Tank is full. So every time we go camping, what I do is I flush the tank several times. Then I put maybe about 4 gallons of water in this wastewater tank, and then I put that, you can get either the powder or the liquid septic tank cleaner for the RV. And then when I drive home, it swishes around. Then when I go to the campsite back in another couple weeks, I use the tank and flush it and do the same thing on the way home. On the gray water tank, we actually use a dishwashing soap, Cascade, and put some of that down the sink and let that go in the tank to slosh around on the way home to wash it out. So here's the gray water tank paper that came along with the probes, and then the instructions right here. So that's all you get. It doesn't explain how to replace them or very well, so you're kind of on your own. So hopefully my tips have helped you out. Here is the black water tank probes, and it's pretty much got the same directions on there. So good luck, and I hope if you change yours out, it helps you. I'll keep you posted on whether these work or not. Take care.